Previously on Follow the Leader. Today we're playing Dark Sentencer by Marn S. For those of you who are new to the game, here are the basics. You are a prisoner on the Dark Sentencer, a high-tech prison planet for the worst of the worst. In 11 days, you and the others in your cell block are going to escape. Unfortunately, you still have plans to complete, and that's just enough time for things to go horribly wrong.
As we look upon her, the name Cordelia Waite-Smith ticks across the bottom like a crime ticker tape. And then from it, a wire mesh tarot card etches itself into the screen, depicting the High Priestess. Underneath her name, Cordelia Waite-Smith, the crime is red, took the fall for the family.
And we see the name Galador Enderwall pop up on the screen, followed by the wireframe card of Temperance. The crime that ticks across at the bottom is an assassin.
As the camera sort of moves up and is looking down at this person on their bed, the name Nezami Kazel comes up on screen. And image of a skull is imposed over their face as the death card is revealed, along with the crime of identity theft and impersonation.
And this is Sabriel. No last name. Maybe had a last name at one point, but doesn't anymore. And Sabriel was brought into prison for gambling. But that's not really what they're really about. Sabriel's real crime, that for some reason he didn't get arrested for, he is a revolutionary from a planet under siege.
The cell block shakes again. And the title card comes up. It says Vi Dumarche. And the wireframe appears of the magician. And under the crime, it says, being alive? With a question mark.
I don't know. I kind of feel like this can be a vignette.
Sure.
Because I don't know that it's necessarily something that Galador would advertise to Cordelia that Blade decides Blade doesn't trust her. I think it may be one of those things where Blade's been assigned to the hard labor in the futuristic boiler room, and Blade is using that time to kind of like ruminate over the plan and trying to think 11 steps ahead. And in those 11 steps, Blade does not see an outcome where Cordelia doesn't fuck them over and fuck Sabriel over. And so that's when, like, Blade's eye narrows and Blade decides that Cordelia is untrustworthy and Blade's not going to follow her directions.
We now return to your game already in progress.
Okay, so I have drawn The Ace of Cups. Cups being
Ooh, I think that's our first cup.
our first cup, being love, friendship, compromise, sensitivity, empathy, vulnerability, bonding, and spirituality. And Ace is once again an unexpected obstacle.
It's gonna come down to the wire what fucking thing we get.
That's good. I like that. It's better than last time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of know what this looks like, or I kind of know what I want this to be. Unless, like, did you have a specific idea for what to do with the things that Cordelia lifted?
No, it sounded like you did.
Yeah. Okay. This could be. If you want to be involved in this, please feel free, because I feel like Vi's been around long enough to maybe know some tricks and things like this. And what this is, because this isn't something Nezumi can do themselves, and really this is a matter of finding a way to go, a space to do this. This is using the things that Cordelia got to disable Nezumi's inhibitor. So their cyberware can come back online and they can start interacting directly with the Dark Sentences systems.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that's good.
And I think it's Terminator 2. There's that scene with like Sarah Connor doing some work on the back of the Terminator's head.
Yeah.
And he has to explain what to do. And they're like sat in front of a mirror. And I just really like the visual. Because that's like the amount of, there's not much more vulnerable than letting somebody effectively attach a power source to the back of your brain to fuck around there. So,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the unexpected obstacle is yet. So, that can come up in scene, as it were. There's plenty of opportunities for something to go wrong here. So.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I want to be clear, like, this is not, like, full-on, like, brain surgery. I think it's more like detaching this inhibitor without it. I think it's one of those things that if Nezumi tries to fuck with it, it'll, like, let out an alarm, or even, I mean, this is a horrible prison, or it will just kill them if they try to fuck with it.
Split the difference, it'll just fry the cyberware.
Oh, that's real good. Yes, I like that a lot.
I do like the idea that it doesn't necessarily fry it, it just overloads it so it can't, like, it doesn't immediately come back online, right?
Oh, it's the obstacle. Like, we think we fucked it and then it delays things.
Yeah, you just got a fucking horrible migraine.
Oh, no.
No, I like that as maybe being the obstacle that occurs, because, like, Nezumi's, like, confident that as soon as this happens, it'll be fine, and it's actually going to take a while to recover.
Yeah.
That's cool.
There is that very scary moment, though, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, Nezumi collapse, and Cordelia and Vi are like, oh god, he's dead.
Like, I definitely think we're talking, like, nosebleed territory and stuff like that. Like, it probably looks really bad. Yeah, because we can just, like, abstract this.
Where are you guys doing this?
That's an important question.
That's a very important question.
Oh, what if we trip an alarm so something goes into lockdown and we just happen to be in the same place? Like, we've arranged it to happen. Like, maybe there's, like, some space debris that hits the side of the sensor. And we knew it was coming, because just, like, but we can't afford the impact, and it's possibly going to affect hull integrity, so everything's locked down.
Vi, like, reading the space newspaper is like,
I love Vi. That's great.
I love Vi.
The weather forecast today indicates a chance of meteors.
Have Vi and Sabriel ever interacted with each other in this game?
Nope, not yet.
Cool. I was just like, we're on scene
8.
We're on scene 8 of 11. And
But,
two of these characters
Vi-
have never met.
Maybe the
Vi doesn't, like,
Vi's been here the whole time. What are you talking about?
Of course.
Vi simultaneously exists and doesn't exist.
In every scene.
Vi is Schrodinger's character.
Yes.
Yeah, Vi very specifically is, like, not does not interact with lots of people. Like, it's
Mhm.
an unfortunate side effect of the character that I've created, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll
But
get
yeah,
there. We'll
so-
get there.
We get this little lockdown thing occurring. Maybe it's like a work day and we just managed to wangle it so we're on the same detail, so we're in the same room. And it is a matter of quickly knocking out the one. If there's only like 3 of us, like the one guard that was there,
Mm-hmm.
because this was
Oh no, you tripped.
Vi does that.
yeah, like the impact with the prison just happened to be so much that they fell and hit their head.
Vi does that. Unabashedly. Oh no, what could have caused this?
I honestly I kind of love the inverse as well of Cordelia, like looking at him and saying, "Hey, it sucks what happened to you," and the guy's like, "What?" It's like, when the meteor hit and you fell really hard and hit your head. It's like, I didn't do that, and then bang.
Bang. Very
Ah,
good.
What a monster made.
But yeah,
Yeah, and so then we're like, we're on a time crunch. We gotta real
Yeah.
quick do this.
hmm
And in the moment, it seems like it like we fail and we're like fuck, and then but
Mhm.
later when we're back in our cell, it like turns back on.
yeah. I think what happens is we assume it's a fuck up, and I think it's like it looks like it's Nesmi going back into the infirmary, but when you're in your cell, your light flickers intermittently, and Vice does too. It's just like, just got to reboot. I'm fine. As Nezumi is remotely fucking with the light from where they are in the infirmary.
Nice. Good shit.
Oh yeah. All right.
This is a fun game. Hey, man, your game's fucking rock.
Right?
Solid.
Martin's
Solid
games are
game.
amazing.
I'm so glad that we had Marn on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Martin
Alright.
does games good.
Marn does games so good. I love Marn.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Marn, for writing this game.
All right, it's my turn.
Yeah, flip it. I want to see.
Let's go.
Ooh,
Interesting.
Another cups. An 8 of cups.
we have any 8s?
Love, friendship, compromise, sensitivity, empathy, vulnerability, bonding, spirituality. 8, a fight or riot. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yes. And oh my god, we are 2 on every fucking suit. Amazing.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
I love that this has happened again.
Mm-hmm.
I love that we got another
Yes.
fucking riot.
I mean, it's in here.
So this is another yard scene. We're in the recreation cube. And the thing about the recreation cube is that it's a lot of people running around and doing stuff, and it's also in the exact center of the
Mm-hmm.
prison.
Yeah.
It's the pure midpoint because this is the place where people get the most ambulatory freedom, and thus where they are at their most dangerous. But they put them in the middle so that if something bad happens, they have to go out. And so we said there's the weights, there's basketball courts. What else do we think is there?
A track for running.
Yeah, makes sense.
Those there are certain kind of machines. They'll put them in like public parks, and sometimes where you use your own weights
Right.
to
Yeah.
those sorts of things. So there's nothing that could be
Absolutely.
picked up and thrown, but it's a way to like
Mhm.
work out.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay. Trying to figure out how we do this. Oh, I know how we do this. I think the thing about this, and the thing about the rest of the Dark Sentencer, is that there are ways to artificially set gravity on things in science fiction, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is momentum gravity, where like it's a ring that is like spinning, and thus the people on the outside of the ring, are able to, or like on the inside of the ring, are able to like be pressed, like
Yeah.
force simulated by centrifugal force. There's other things where it's like, oh, like we're magnetized. We've got like special boots that are connecting to us. I think that every person on the Dark Sentencer has a set of anklets or
Ooh.
boots
That's cool.
that set their gravity. And here's the thing: is that maybe anklets and wrist like braces,
Yeah.
like or just like the jumpsuits, something like that. That set their gravity individually by person. But the thing about it is that it is set. There are multiple subsets. There is guard gravity, and there is prisoner gravity.
Oh, that's a very fun and sexy. You're doing a lot of really cool world building for this episode.
Yeah, we should do it every single time.
We should, but we don't. So
it's what I always say. You swing as hard as you can every single time.
hell yeah.
So the guards, when there is a riot or when a prisoner is being
Turn up the gravity.
you turn up the gravity on them. But we're doing laps, and Nezumi is like sitting on a bench. Cordelia comes and sits next to her. She like kind of leans over and she says, "Hey, little mouse, did you know that a boat just docked on the Sentencer?
I heard that.
I think it's the day the pigs fly. I think we finally got there.
Well, wonders never cease.
Remember what I told you would happen when pigs flew?"
Remind me.
And Cordelia leans in and kisses Nezumi.
Hell yeah.
As
Mm-hmm.
when they broke up, she said that never
Yep.
again
Uh-huh.
until
pigs fly, yeah.
and then every guard's gravity turns off throughout the entire Sentencer.
Fuck yeah.
And because we're in the very middle, they all float into the air.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, their gravity reverses. They all go up, but because there is no ceiling here, there's just a bunch of guards floating in the middle of the cube.
Love
That
it.
rules.
So good.
Sabriel's gonna shout, "Get fucked!" to the guards and go for a high five from Galador.
Galador leaves Sabriel hanging because Blade
Every single time.
because
Put my hand out again.
Blade is just like, I feel like some revenge is in order, and there is the guard that initially tried to deny medical care to Sabriel, and Galador is able to like jump up, grab his ankle, and then like just slam him down to the ground and like beats the shit out of him.
It has been some time since we've had some good violence around here.
Time and a place, I suppose. And I think that just like Leslie just like watching this go on has made no attempt to fuck with any guards and will not do so. Just is looking up, concerned at what's going on. It's just like, how long do I let this happen before we establish this as a successful test, Delia?
I think just a little bit longer. And Cordelia leans in again.
I think eventually Sabriel will stop Galador before Blade kills the guard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, all right, that's enough there. Okay, all right, we're just gonna. He's like going for Galador's hands and like pulling him back. Like, all right, we're gonna not do this anymore.
Yeah,
we're gonna stop this part.
as that happens, says that Nezumi will. It looks like they're just like running their hand through their hair, but Cordelia is close enough to see the way their fingertips, which also have like similar to an RFID chip in them, embedded, like interact with the little sensors embedded in their scalp tattoo. And you see like a little pattern get tapped out, and then the gravity switches on in the guards' anklets, and they just like hit the deck with a crunch. And then Nezumi just smiles wryly at Cordelia, just like, I may have put it on a little too strong.
Is there such a thing?
I want to know how Galador reacts to.
I mean,
Sorry, not to interrupt you.
Yeah, I'm making it. I assume we're nowhere near the others at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were at the basketball courts, we were at the
Yep.
racetrack.
How big is this fucking cube? Jesus Christ. Okay.
Vi's around somewhere.
Vi's
Vi
here.
is here.
Vi's always there.
I mean, I've been thinking about the Dark Sense, like the original premise of Alien 3, like where the prison planet was literally a fucking planet. So, like, no, maybe not that big, but like Death Star kind of big.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I was thinking of this as much smaller than like the prison planet that we were on in our Hanukkah special, but like is big.
Big.
It big.
Mm-hmm.
How's Galador reacting to Sabriel being like, all right, let's try to okay, let's just like try to grab for Galador's hands and stop Blade.
yeah.
from doing
As soon as Sabriel like touches Blade, like Blade stops completely and just kind of like glares down at the guard, and like
all right.
As the other guards fall, Sabriel or Galador like tugs Sabriel out of the way of a guard that fell down nearby.
Whoop. You know,
Such a good
Sabriel
visual.
like does this like very smooth dodge, but like weirdly, I would say like uncharacteristically of the kind of awkward, like gangly kind of look that this person has, and is like, whoa. But is like mostly leaning on Galador's shoulder at this point, like to get out of the way.
Perfect.
Nice catch. Pat Galador on the shoulder, and then yeah, I guess that's the end of our bit. Are you guys good?
Maybe that scene.
I like
That
that
scene, I think. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think that scene. That's very good.
That was very good. Alright, who is up next?
Me.
Hell yeah. And then I get to draw the last card,
Yep.
I think.
No. Oh,
Yep.
wait, yes, I can't count. Yes, you do.
This is 10.
Yep, because this is 10. Alright, what do we get? Another cup. Another cup.
Motherfucker.
Mac picked it up,
Nope.
so we can't see it yet.
Max
Good
stole the card.
news! Hey,
Is
hey, hey, Sam.
Is
I
it
have
another
good
cup?
news for you.
Is it another cup?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, it is. Queen of Cups.
Ooh.
The Queen.
Oh, and look
queen.
what the queen means. Holy shit.
Cups. Love, friendship, compromise, sensitivity, empathy, vulnerability, whatever. Y'all can read. The queen.
Oh god, that's so good.
You gotta say it out loud for the listeners.
Yeah, we do have to, for the listeners.
A shift in hierarchy.
Interesting.
That's what y'all have too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just checking.
that's right, because you have a different version of the game.
I should really go in and re-download the most recent version of the game. I just
Probably.
haven't yet. It's not so much of a difference. It's just like it's one thing. I think it's one of the suits. I think is shifted. I'm wondering how. Okay, number one, this is going to be absolutely hysterical if we draw either a wands or a swords.
I'll kill every single
It'll
one
be
of you.
so fucking funny. Number two, I'm not sure what this looks like. I mean, I made the joke before that like Cordelia isn't the one masterminding this whole thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the hierarchy can be our little group.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, absolutely. That's what I was thinking it was.
Excellent. I mean, that was all. I knew
Perfect.
you and I would probably be on the same page, but again, for the listeners.
For the listeners, when we're talking about a shift in hierarchy, we're talking about a shift in hierarchy in the group. During
Yeah.
the break, I made a joke about Cordelia not masterminding all of this because obviously Zach and I had said that Vi was kind of Cordelia's patron in that sort of warlock sort of way. The problem is that I don't know how a shift like that would manifest. Because I don't think it matters, right? Like I don't think it matters if Cordelia isn't because Cordelia is going to be the outward mastermind of all of this, right? Like,
Unless it's like revealed that Galador and Vi were connected, like that Vi had been like maneuvering Galador and Sabriel outside of Cordelia, talking to them through Nezemi.
oh, that's fun. It's just there's a line to walk here, because I think Vi knows that, like, Vi's way out of the sentencer is Cordelia.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's cups, so it's love and friendship and compromise and bonding and spirituality.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I have an idea. Just because, especially because we haven't gotten any real interaction between Galador and Vi. Maybe it's one of those things where Vi realizes that Galador's trust is kind of shaken, and so Vi goes in, decides to reach out to Galador directly to kind of like nip that in the bud, maybe be like, laying out a little bit of the plan so Galador trusts Vi a little more and, bypass the distrust in Cordelia.
Yeah, and so sorry, Galador. It's inherently kind of shovel talky.
Oh yeah, that's fine. It's not like Galador would be too moved by that. Like, Blade's been threatened with death before. It's fine.
Oh, you think it's a death?
Well, I mean, that's what Galador would assume.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not how this works.
Paint a picture. What's happening? Set the scene.
Okay, so it has to be somewhere dark just by virtue of the height of creepiness, and also because then it's easier. One, the height of creepiness. Two, it's easier for Blade to concentrate on Vi if Blade doesn't have to look at Vi too closely.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Maybe it's like the middle of the night. And oh god. So I've sort of established this on some level. The laws of physics. Vi shows up in Galador's cell.
And as soon as Vi's there, Galador's
tap 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 tap.
Yeah, Galador's awake as soon as Vi enters.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Blade does the whole who's there routine. I think it's one of those things where Blade just, like, doesn't even sit up, doesn't even open Blade's eye, and just says, "What do you need?"
There are a lot of chess pieces moving on this board right now. I don't think chess has been played in, like, a century.
I'm familiar with the game.
Oh, well, good. What I need is to make sure that you're going to move properly, because I can't have any inconsistencies. I can't be everywhere at once. And I need to make sure that Cordelia's not left unguarded, or else this is never going to work.
I think Blade says bishops can only move diagonally, knights can only move a few squares at a time. As long as the bishop can make it to the other end of the board, I will go to the space that you need me on. That does not mean that I particularly care for the players, but I have my own job to do. I have the spaces that I am allowed to be on, so it will be done.
Okay. No, I'm not asking, and don't worry. I'm not asking you to like the king, but I know how to make your existence quite miserable if you step out of line. So, that's all. Just wanted to make sure. Make things very clear. I'll leave you to your rest now. You're going to need it. And Vi leaves.
Love it.
Love it.
Just Batman out. Just like,
Melts away.
Melts away into the shadows.
No one fucking questions the fact that Vi can get in and out of Vi's cell
Yeah.
at all.
Is Vi even actually imprisoned here?
I was going to say, Vi might be able to move through walls or whatever, but like in the middle, the vacuum of space is tricky to navigate solo.
Vi does exist.
Yeah.
In the loosest sense of the words.
They're just very good at what they do.
Vi could, but yes, Sam, Vi could have gotten onto a ship ages ago
Yeah.
and just chose not to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I
Vi
did it
isn't
again.
actually in jail.
We had to put it all together.
Yeah.
But I did it again. I made another character who's staying in prison of their own volition.
It's true, and it's good.
Vi's just chilling.
Vi's just chilling.
Vi's just chilling.
Vi is looking after Cordelia. Vi's role as the queen in this game is making sure that Cordelia doesn't get checkmated.
I don't understand chess.
The queen is the most powerful piece on the board because she can move anywhere.
You're the Sabriel is the bishop. If I'm following August's line of thinking,
Yes.
Galador's the knight, has the most movement. Well, sort of is like the fighter, but also the movement. And Cordelia is the king. That's how you win.
Yeah, because if you capture the king and the king can't make any moves, then the game is over.
Mm-hmm.
That's checkmate.
I see. That's okay.
I don't
also-
understand chess either, except for
perfect.
that.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good.
Anyway, we have
All
one
right.
card.
All right.
One more card.
One
Sam.
card left. Let's see what our last card is.
I'm gonna laugh. I am going to laugh.
3, 2, 1. Swords!
Oh my god.
Motherfucker!
Incredible.
The
Motherfucker!
power of sword.
The power of
It
sword.
is.
Marn!
5 of swords.
We did it.
This is
Marn,
Marn's
we did
fault. This is a critical misunderstanding
it. Ooh, incredible.
of physical conflict, suffering, doubt, alienation, danger, grief, blind action, or cruelty. This is our escape.
Well, no, because the escape is the ending.
Oh no, the escape is the ending. Yes, that's after this. Anyways.
I'm gonna message Marn really quick while we're
What do
doing
we
this.
do when they're tied?
Say, hey, Mom, what happens if we have a three-way tie? A three-way tie.
Yeah, I'm messaging her right now.
This is so funny. Okay. So, a critical misunderstanding, physical conflict, suffering, doubt, alienation, danger, grief, blind action, cruelty. Who is misunderstanding who?
Violently.
Violently.
Could be Deirdre.
Deirdre. I mean, I was thinking that, like, this is another fun time for a fun character moment between Galador and Sabriel, because that's what I want everything to be, because I like them as characters and as a group.
So while you think about that, I just want to share, because I thought, well, if that's all the chess pieces, that would make Nezumi a rook. And apparently the rook is, like, more powerful than the bishops and the knights. And it's making me real happy because of all the ways that rooks are discovered. And also, rooks and kings have a special move in chess called castling, which I didn't know, but I'm just like, this is all coming together. This is great.
It worked out real well.
Did somebody say what Sabriel was?
Sabriel's the bishop.
The bishop, okay.
Sabriel is a bishop.
Hell yeah.
Which, is really revealing of how Galador feels about Sabriel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand chess metaphors because I literally don't know anything about chess.
Well, no, the bishop is a spiritual leader.
Oh, yeah, that's true, actually.
Yeah.
I like that.
So it has less
Hell
to
yeah.
do with actual chess and more to do with just the play on words.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Interestingly, the bishop has no restrictions in distance for each move, but is limited to diagonal movements. So I like that notion, just like moves in a way people don't expect, but has like longevity.
Yeah, I mean, that's fucking Sabriel to their core.
Yeah, kings are knights are special because they can jump other pieces, which is something no others can do.
Well, Galador certainly can jump. All right, a critical misunderstanding. I think it might be interesting to do a misunderstanding.
Sorry.
What?
I'm so sorry. Martin just replied and she said, "You've officially done something that I never play tested around."
Whoops.
Welcome to Follow the Leader.
I
We are a playtesting podcast.
I would like to suggest then that we roll we either draw another card or we roll a D3.
Yeah.
I
makes
will.
sense.
I will.
I
give,
have
will-
another suggestion.
I will give what Marn's usual suggestion is also.
Okay.
What was your suggestion, Zach?
But Zach, what was yours going to be?
I guess they do all have. I was gonna say just do them all at once.
That's what Martin says. My answer to ties for other Dark Sentence or likes has historically been pick the ending you like best or mix them together.
Yeah.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Fair enough.
But we gotta have
Makes
a critical misunderstanding first.
First, we need to have a critical misunderstanding. This to me says either like Sabriel has critically misunderstood the plan for leaving,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets him in trouble physically, or there is something that Galador misunderstands an interaction between Sabriel and somebody else, and it results in violence towards this other person.
Yeah. I mean, I'll happily say this. One, we don't have to have this group of people friends.
It's true. They're not.
Also, and although we've talked about having like these characters are going to be recurring through this season, like who knows what combination of characters there'll be. They do not have to like each other in any incarnation. Be fun if maybe a betrayal happens later.
It's true, and like these are all going to be AUs. Like, and if I understand correctly, like this is not going to be a single continuous story throughout several episodes. This is like a bunch of different stories about the same cast of characters in different settings, right?
I think the idea we talked about was it's this group of characters moving between settings, like jumping.
Yeah. Oh, like jumping, like
think.
I don't know that I would.
Go on, Zach.
I mean,
It was your brainchild.
I don't know that I would think of it as jumping as so much as like AUs.
like the same way we
Of
always play
this-
characters repeating on this podcast.
I guess that is the same. I don't actually remember what my original. I thought my original thing was just to make a campaign with the characters, going from story to story. But
see, I took it
I
to
don't
be it's the same group of characters, and it's effectively it'll be. That's why I named the channel Six. Was it Six Arcs and Recurring Cast?
6 arcs in a movie.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're linked.
Hold up.
I would-
Hold up, y'all.
Yeah.
Can we talk about this after the game?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sorry,
Yes,
that's true.
Yes, you're quite
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so those are the two sort of options that I had for this is like either Sabriel misunderstands something and it ends up with him getting hurt, or Galador misunderstands an interaction that Sabriel has with somebody and it ends up with someone else getting hurt. What do you guys want to do there?
Of the two, I prefer the latter of the two because we've already seen Sabriel be hurt once.
It's true.
And for that, although like they're this firebrand sort of type, the first leans a little too himbo,
It's true. It's true.
which I appreciate. It's a very solid brand that you bring to the podcast, Sam.
It's true. But this guy's not a himbo. This guy is very intelligent and a little
dangerous.
bit unhinged.
Yeah, and I feel like it could be interesting to see it from another thing, but it maybe doesn't
I like
necessarily
that.
have to be. I nearly said the wrong name again. Sorry, Galador. Look, if you had met
It's okay.
Gal Gadot, you would understand. It's a very good character.
God bless.
But it doesn't have to be Galador that misinterprets the thing or hurts somebody. It could always be like somebody hurts Galador, or because we just had that really good scene between Vi and Galador, I don't want to see that undone
That's true too, yeah.
for the sake of an easy bit of conflict.
Scene. Yeah, no,
That's
true
why
too.
I had brought up Deirdre, the very zealous member of the rebellion,
Ooh.
who might find out that Galador and Sabriel are collaborating with a former government agent.
Oh, I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
That's real cool.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I think that, like, we could probably start this scene, like, after that misunderstanding has happened. Like, Deirdre, I think, probably comes at, well, actually, so either Deirdre could, come and confront, us two about it, or decides to take things into her own hands and ends up hurting Cordelia.
It is it's swords, which is physical conflict, and this
Yeah.
is a critical
Yeah.
misunderstanding. Like, you're just attacking Cordelia.
Yeah, I was like, I think Deirdre just comes at Cordelia with a fucking knife. Sorry, a space knife.
Do you have any objections to other people interfering with this and helping?
No objections whatsoever.
Cool. Didn't want to step
Not for
on
me,
the
anyways.
scene.
Hi, because hello. What did
Yeah.
I just say?
Yeah. Also, hello.
Mhm.
Yeah, Vi and Nezumi in the corner going,
Excuse.
I think like Deirdre screams out some sort of slogan or battle cry and comes at grabs her branded food trowel
Fucking hell.
Yep.
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 from home the Lowe's food trowel.
Uh huh.
I don't know, I think Home Depot's funnier, but okay.
Well, yeah, and goes to stab Cordelia in the cafeteria.
Mhm.
And Cordelia is quick, candy, does the thing where like grabs her like tray of food, injection molded cheeseburger goes flying as she blocks the knife with her tray, and then you all come in and do your thing, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, I mean, like, if Sabriel was already in the room, Sabriel's just gonna stand up and be like, Deirdre!
That might give a moment of pause where Nezumi just with a look of intensity that hasn't been on their face for a while, which might be the biggest clue. Like, their eyes are definitely brighter, and there is a slight. In a dark room, you would see the play of the cybernetics behind their eyes, but does the same move that we saw in the recreation cube, and Deirdre's wrist hits the ground so fast that everyone hears the wrist break.
Oof.
As the gravity just gets dialed right up on one single, like the one that has the trowel in it
Mhm.
still, and just like it hits the deck, and you hear the bone crack.
Crunch.
Whoop.
Whoop.
Well,
Thing is, that's the only thing Desiree did, because they know Vi is invested in Cordelia as well. Just like, this is plausible deniability sat on the other cross corner of the table. I didn't do anything. I was nowhere near her,
yeah.
officer.
yeah. I think Cordelia looks down at the trowel, the big chunk carved out of her like food tray. She says, "Well, I think that probably it's time to go."
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And like a guard comes up and she flicks the tray and just frisbees it into his throat.
Incredible.
I love it.
Huh?
I love this. All right. Let's figure out what our ending looks like then.
Yeah. I will say, just for clarity, it's just like, I suppose this is important to know. Was Sabriel under the impression that we'd be breaking Deirdre out
Yes.
with us? Oh, bless. Okay.
Well,
I figured that was the
yeah,
case. No.
So,
Yeah.
this
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
This kind of feeds a little bit into if we want to pick some, pick bits and pieces from the endings that are tied. The Pentacles ending does have a traitor in your midst causes complications during the escape, so Deirdre could very easily be that traitor.
Mm-hmm. Like, as we leave, and she's like, "Oh, they're not taking me. I'm going to tell the guards everything."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Well, Yeah, Vi had walked away from Deirdre the first time. If Deirdre does that, Vi's not walking away a second time.
Well, I mean, she would not she wouldn't tell them in our presence. It would be
After we left.
as we're performing our escape. She goes to the warden and is like, I know, I have information for you.
No. For sure.
I would like to posit from the Cups ending, I would like to use the questions, who shares a bond or a tender moment during the escape? And do any of you stay together? I would love to address both of those from the Cups ending.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Well, the do you stay together probably will be answered
Yes.
once we've finished describing the shape
Yes.
Yeah.
of the end of the
Yes.
exit.
But yes, we should absolutely answer those questions.
And we do also have the swords ending, which is your escape is fraught with violence.
Yeah, we don't have to have somebody leave behind, but somebody getting hurt and who blaming who for this outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
fine. We can pile on the fraughtness,
Yes.
even if nobody gets left
Yeah.
behind.
I could also
yeah.
stay behind again. I think that would be funny.
You're not gonna.
I think that would be really funny, though.
Cordelia got. I did not get locked up to not leave with you.
That's funny. Yeah, because you came in
Don't
here
make
to
me
get
do
them.
this again.
Or to get
I
Vi.
know we could refine our run, but we don't need to.
Reset our speed run. Try again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See if we can't shave a few seconds off. So Cordelia whips the hard edge of her of her tray into a guard's throat, grabs his little taser sword, and says, "Come on."
Yeah.
Oh, Vi's already halfway out the door.
Fucking
Yeah, she's talking to Sabriel and
no.
Galador.
Yeah, Vi stepped on Deirdre's wrist as Vi left.
Oh,
Nice.
So Sabriel is like, who is this one? What? Have we met?
Galador
this.
just
Yes, that's
hand
somebody-
on Sabriel's back, just shoving them toward the door.
Like, all right, let's go. Look, come on. All right, we're
Vi,
moving. We're getting
Vi
going. Okay.
turns around and is like, "Oh, you're my neighbor. You've been very quiet. I appreciate it."
I was busy.
A cadre of guards comes and tries to stop us, and they all hold out their little clickers and start clicking the down button on our gravity gauntlets, on our gravity apparel.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
But of
Oh,
course,
how sweet.
Cute.
And Cordelia is just going to toss the the taser sword to Galador.
Yeah, and Blade catches it super easily, and I think there's maybe another guard comes up and just in a one fluid motion catches the taser and then immediately applies it to the guard that's coming to get the guard out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, we got a whole bunch of people that we got to fight our way through.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sabriel is maybe spending a little bit too much time admiring Galador and not enough time escaping. Come on, bitch. Let's go, Sabriel.
Nezami is closing every single door behind them that there is, sealing all the bulkheads, as it were, just to slow down anybody following them.
Okay, so I like the idea then that someone getting hurt isn't necessarily one of us getting physically hurt, but Nezumi getting overloaded.
That could be fun.
Ooh, that is fun.
I have to maybe catch something, and the speed of doing it, in the mental strain of interfacing with something when it's doing that. Yeah, works for me.
Love it.
So maybe it is enough of a strain that you collapse, and Cordelia has to scoop you up, and she's like, every time you start chewing on wires, Mouse, I tell you.
I mean, fucking Sabriel is gonna be like, is she okay? Are they
Keep moving.
okay? He fucking jogs to catch back up with Galador.
Yeah, because Galador is fighting our way out. Cordelia is now just carrying Nezumi through the chaos.
Who is still having to operate doors and stuff, but I think it's like they're diverting and having to do enough. Like it's not the right comparison, but like if you've been drinking or whatever and you think you're fine, then you stand up and your legs just go out because you're drunker than you realize. I think it's like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
Nezumi's still
Interesting.
conscious, but like
Yeah.
doesn't have a lot of control over everything right now.
That can happen from a lot of other things too.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, it's not something I've had happen to me, so that's the closest I can pull on it, but that
That's so
vibe.
valid.
So that basically Nezumi can still interact and help, just can't run.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I think that at a certain point during this escape, it becomes clearer that Sabriel can also hold his own in a fight. He may have sort of seemed like this kind of like very intense, goofy, but mostly like verbal, like this is about talking and being intelligent. This bitch has a knife, and he's real good at it.
No, this bitch has a
Space knife.
Home Depot
Oh, a Home Depot.
food trowel.
It's very true. This bitch has a Home Depot food trowel and is kind of just like kicking ass with it and has murdered multiple guards at this point. Like unexpectedly, like is able to just like very serious for a moment, pull it out and stab it through somebody's stomach, pull it out and keep going.
Galador is very proud.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Incredible. A
Pretty.
food trowel, of course, is a fork and a knife.
Yes, of course. It's like a spork, but with a knife.
Which makes it all the more impressive that he's kicking so much ass with it, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a somewhat pointed fork with a series of serrations on one side.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And Sabriel just murdered a man with it.
So we get, for all the talk of people being the mastermind and people being companies, it's obviously Vi that's leading them out because
Yeah.
Vi knows this place the best.
Yeah.
And we get to like the docking area, I guess. And is there like more than one ship there? Like there's the one that we were told about, but like maybe there was another one because we said about there being two plans that happen to sort of coincide.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also like there being the freedom for us to go separate ways if we want. In the meta space.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of
Well, you've got a revolution to win,
Yeah.
right?
We do have that.
Yeah, I think so. When Deirdre said there was, a revolution-friendly ship in the area, I do think it was like I was intending it to be like there was the option for revolutionaries to pick us up once we got off of the Dark Sentencer.
Mm-hmm.
So I think,
Yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
there's definitely some overlap there of where we can
I like
go
that.
afterwards, but
Well, maybe it's just the one ship then out, and then we can dock or we can join up with this other ship then, and then have the separation as in if we
Mhm.
want.
definitely don't see Cordelia sticking around for a revolution.
Not the
No.
way that you do it.
As they get into this ship then in the dock, there's just like, you can put me down now.
Are you sure you don't want to? I mean, I'm getting in the pilot's chair. There's plenty of
Why are
room.
you getting in the pilot's chair?
Sabriel is already just like sitting down at a fucking monitor and like completely like tuning out everybody else. Is like, yes, technology.
Because, little mouse, we need to go fast.
Fine. Put me by the navigation systems.
All right. And you see the deposits are there, and gets in the pilot seat. We see guards running out with like rocket launchers.
The good
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Gonna
Hell yeah.
like Nesmi like connects to this and like starts pulling up like a star map, and is also like interfacing with the ship's system to change its signature so that they can't be tracked. Effectively, like just changing the license plates then and there.
Mhm. All right.
Nose bleeding profusely. They don't care.
Mhm.
Like, they're also really happy because this is the most technology they've got to interact with since being in prison. And this is like,
Mhm.
they modified their own body to be able to do this. Like, they're also
Hell
like
yeah.
surfing the web on one other side. Like that good vibe of like multitasking on multiple screens
Mhm.
is happening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I mean Sabriel is like doing deep research about the state of the revolution on their planet as soon as they find get access to any sort of like, interplanetary internet, whatever. Like anything that can access the internet, they are like focused.
All of you have insane priorities, says Cordelia as she fires up the engines.
Hang on.
She does
There's
this
only
thing.
We've
one
just
way to
figuring that
drive
someone else
it.
will do
Yeah,
it.
Galador is
You said you wanted to drive.
Galador like kind of glares at Cordelia and takes a place at the navigation system and says, "I'll track the ones that come after us. You drive."
Yep. And so the thing, I'm imagining a pair of like joystick or like curved joysticks that come out of what is effectively a rectangular box that is freely rotating as she like moves it, and so she sets the box up, and you watch as she like pulls it back as if she was loading a
Mhm.
crossbow.
Hmm.
And then she flips it back to the other side, and he says, "I really hope everybody's wearing their seatbelts." And she punches it,
I am not wearing my seatbelt. I go flying.
and the engines go from 0 to 170,000 in
Hell yeah.
less than a second.
Vi, well used to this shit, has become one with the shadows again.
Sabriel is laying on the ground now.
Yes, as we zoom away from the dark sentencer and into tomorrow.
We did it. God, you're so good at like the narrative, like narration part of tabletop.
I should goddamn hope so.
You're a DM. Yeah, that's why.
Good enough.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So we sort
Good
of
job, everybody. We escaped from prison.
we
We
did it. We
did.
escaped from prison.
we sort of answered the cup questions as we went, I feel.
Yeah, we did.
So I suppose, do we want to see on screen who stays together, or are we sort of establishing that it's the revolutionaries returning to their fight and the others off to who knows where?
Apparently to be Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
Apparently.
but like the good Cowboy Bebop, not like the Netflix
Hey
TV show.
now.
Yeah. The one with political messaging.
Yeah, the one with like anything to say.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with like stylish popcorn media.
It's true,
Sure.
but original Cowboy Bebop wasn't stylish
No,
popcorn media.
No.
And so any adaptation of it that is kind of
It's
sucks.
It was stylish and thoughtful.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Yes, we go.
Shall we
We did.
wrap?
So we drop you off at
Just close that
a
eyes.
gas station, where your friends will pick you up, and then go out. Yeah.
I was going to say, if that happens, then because also I like to set things up as Sabriel and Galador get ready to depart with their friends, Nesme just looks at Blade and is just like, "You still owe me."
and Blade just like nods solemnly and
Sabriel's gonna ruin the moment by being like, what? Huh? You owe
Don't
him
die in
something?
your revolution before you can make good on your debts.
I have no intentions.
Getting a little too himbo about him.
And if you ever need any help with that, well, make sure you've got deep pockets.
I feel like that's
Oh, we definitely have that. I went to jail for manipulating gambling.
Incredible.
All right.
All right, we did it.
Good shit.
Good shit, y'all.
We-
We did it. Shall we clap?
we
Outro.
We have to do
First we have to do our outros
Yeah.
first.
last
I'm
time
stupid.
last time we
I'm
did
dumb.
this the last time you led, you were like, okay, we're outros are done, let's stop, forgetting the clap, and now you want to clap and forget the outros.
Do the outros. Yep, it's so true. I'm just I don't lead enough to remember these things. All right. This has been Follow the Leader. You can find us on Twitter and Tumblr at FTLcast, and you can find our website at FTLcast.com. You can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/FTLcast. I have been Sam. You can find me online on Twitter, mostly at SAKalo, and you can find my art on www.samkalo.art. And my co-hosts have been Jade.
I've been Jade. You can find me on Twitter at j.strohs. Come hang out with us on Discord and scream about this, because that's what I'm going to be doing to the rest of the cast when we finish recording.
Yeah.
This was heck of fun. Go buy Dark Sentencer on, do we know Marn's itch to hand?
It's-
Mac?
I can get it.
It's
Hold
Yeah,
up.
well, when Marn
It's
when
Marn's-
Mac does their outro, we'll drop Marn's
Yes,
itch.
I will say it in. I will say it in
I
my
know what
outro.
it is.
Hell yeah.
Okay, August can say it.
Well, that's good, because I'm going to throw to August next.
Hello, I've been August. You can find me on Twitter at harpydora, harpydora.itch.io. You can find this game at marns.itch.io. And there are a lot of other really cool games that Marn's done. I highly recommend basically all of Marn's work. It's really good. We've played several of her games before. You know where it's at. And playing with me today has also been Mac.
Hello, I've been Mac. You can find me on the internet wherever you get good content at Citadel of Swords. You can find the podcasting guild that we are part of at Stones_Standing on Twitter. And you can get links to all the other shows that we do there. And last but not least, our wonderful world builder, Zachary.
Hello, my name has been Zachary Frederickson. It will continue to be so until I legally change it. You can find me on Twitter at LSNGod. You can find the music I make at IamBugbear.bandcamp.com. If you liked the way that I made characters say funny things and also made worlds around them, you can read my genre fiction and at ZacharyOlsonPresents.com. You can listen to me read it to you, audiobook styles, at Zopcast on Twitter. And by God, do it, or I curse you.
All right.
Exceptional.
Okay.
Let's clap.
Let's clap.
Hi, it's August, and I just wanted to thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed us, please consider leaving a rating on your podcast platform of choice, telling your friends about us, or tweeting about us using the FTLcast hashtag. We are also part of a nonprofit podcasting guild called Standing Stones Productions. We do a variety of shows, including The Room Where It Happened and Dumb Kids Playing Hero, 2 actual play shows, and a Steven Universe discussion podcast called Gay Space Rocks. We also do live streams at twitch.tv/StandingStonesProd. You can keep up with everything that we do on Twitter at Stones_Standing. Unfortunately, Standing Stones was already taken. Your support means a lot. Thanks again!